What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Fireplaces. Today, like always, got another fun one for you. Summer's winding down. Biggest question I've been asked this year, should you buy a pellet smoker or a pellet grill, or should you get a gas grill? I'm excited for this one, let's go. So it's a hot debate on whether you should get a pellet smoker or a gas grill. If you look on forums, you do your research, you talk to customers, there's people that live and die by Traegers, you have your Weber fanboys, they won't cook on anything else. At the end of the day, it really comes down to a personal preference, a matter of opinion on what you personally are gonna like better. I'll share the facts with you, I'll tell you which one I like. Stay tuned to the end of this video because we're gonna cook a steak on each fuel type and do a blind taste test. I'll let you know what they like. So don't forget to subscribe, helps out our channel a ton when you guys subscribe to our channel. So I'm gonna go through the pros on both of these and sort of the marketing pitch that each one of them does and the reason why they would tell you, the manufacturer would tell you, you need this particular fuel type. So let's start with the pellet smoker. Obviously, if you're not familiar with a pellet smoker, they are electric and they use wood pellets. So you're gonna fill up a hopper with wood pellets and it's gonna have an auger that's gonna feed pellets into a burn pot, and then that fire, that wood fire from real hardwood is gonna create your heat and your temperature and cook your food. So the idea behind it, or the principle behind it, the main reason you would ever do this is with pellet fuel. I can't talk today. The main reason you would do this is when you're cooking with hardwood, you're creating smoke. And so the idea is that smoke creates superior flavor food. And in my personal experience, that is definitely true. You're definitely gonna get enhanced flavors when you're cooking with smoke. So that's really the big ticket item. We'll get into other things, but that's really the main thing here. Gas, the main reason you cook with gas is ease of use, convenience, easy startup time, and the gas grills get very hot. And a brand like Weber, what they're really known for is really even cooking. So you're not necessarily frying or blasting all your food, so you're gonna get just really nice, easy cooking. And gas really comes down to two main things, convenience and high heat. I would say those are the two best features, sort of the foundation of a gas grill. Okay, let's talk about a couple of other things that are nice about them. So what's really cool with pellet smokers, one of my personal favorite features, is going to be the fact that, let me show you on the inside here. Because they're electric, they have a full control board. So what this means is we can, let me show you this picture here. So they have a full control board. So see what I'm talking about, this auger motor here is gonna feed pellets into the burn pot. Now the faster it feeds it, the more this is gonna fill up and the hotter the grill's gonna get. What's really slick is a lot of brands, not just Traeger, majority of the brands offer a Wi-Fi setting. Now what's really cool about that is in Wi-Fi mode, you can not only monitor your food, but you can change the temperature of the grill. And it's gonna remotely dial down. If you realize, oh, I'm cooking my pork shoulder too hot, you can dial this thing back and without even being home, you can actually change the temperature of the grill. That is really, really cool. Also, what's nice about them is they do promote very even heat as well, because they sort of, again, let me show you in this picture here. See this here? This smoke is gonna really go around evenly. So what that means is these cook almost like a convection oven. So they are great for like side dishes, casserole dishes, mac and cheese. You can literally cook anything in here, pizzas. So it's super versatile in the sense that the whole part of the grill, it's the same amount of heat throughout the whole grill. So that's really cool. And that gives you the versatility to cook a lot of side dishes and you can cook more with it. Now, that's it. I think that's about it for the pros. Oh, different flavors. So when you're cooking with hardwood, you can do cherry, oak, maple, any sort of hardwood, and that's gonna generate different flavors. So you have versatility in your flavor profile as well. Gas grills, what was I gonna talk about with pros? The biggest pro with a gas grill, this particular one has a sear station, and we're gonna test the sear station later at the end of this video. But high heat. So if you look at our thermometer here, We can get this grill over 700 degrees. I've gotten it over 700 degrees. High heat is awesome for red meats. Anything that you want to sear, seafood even, you cannot beat the ability to get a grill that hot if you're into that type of cooking. The other thing we mentioned is ease of use. So especially if you're on natural gas, you literally have to do nothing except fire this up and clean it. That's all you have to do with this grill. If you're on propane, you have to change a tank every once in a while. But you can be up and cooking in no time. So that's the other advantage. You know, come home late from work, turn this on, 3 minutes later, it's just ripping. Also, you can do more with the gas grill. So, for example, this one has a side burner. If you want to pony up a little more, you could do like a Napoleon or something. Then you're getting an infrared side burner. So now you're getting restaurant quality sear marks. So you can be 1800 degrees with an infrared. Some other grills also offer an infrared rotisserie. So now we can rotisserie, we can cook on a side burner, we can cook high heat on our main grill. So we can, you know, you can be doing a lot of different things, doing your dance out there, cooking your veggies, whatever you want to do. Again, you can do a ton with a gas grill. So far, they're both sounding pretty good. Like, I think ideally, we both know what the answer is. You need one of each. That's a no-brainer. So, well, unfortunately, both of these do have some cons. So we have to tell you about those, or it wouldn't be a good video. There's more cons with the pellet smoker, I would say. Biggest thing is, like we said, it's electric. So you have this outside, high heat and fire around electric outdoors. I think we both know what that's a recipe for. Replacement parts. So Traeger is really good with their warranties. They give you a 3-year warranty. They're awesome. Even if you're out of warranty, they're gonna send you parts. But when your Traeger's broken down, especially in the middle of summer, it can be a huge drag. So you will replace parts on a pellet smoker more frequently just because it's electronics. There's no way around it. Kind of is what it is. No matter how good they can make these with this many electronics in the machine, it's gonna happen. You have fans, circuit boards, other techie stuff that I don't know anything about, motors. So you're gonna have more failures. That doesn't mean it's not gonna be reliable. You may go 3-4 years without an issue, but to think you can get 10-15 years out of this without touching it is not very realistic. The other thing is because it's power, you have to have power to run this. So if you have a power outage or something, you can't use this grill. Also, let me show you here again. See this here? This is our burn pot. So what we have here, let me just show you. How about I do you guys one better and just show you it in real life instead of looking at a picture. So check this out. Here's your burn pot. So your pellets are gonna feed in here. Now there's a combustion fan that's pushing oxygen into here to keep this thing ignited. Well, of course, in this pan, what's gonna build up? Ash is gonna build up. So when you let ash build up in this, you're gonna start seeing temperature variations because the oxygen can't get in there. So depending on how often you use it, I get in there every so often, you gotta shop vac it out. So a little bit more maintenance as well. The other thing is this, so think about this for a minute. So this is their design. So the fire hits this and bellows around it. What is gonna happen here? Well, we're gonna get crazy food buildup and grease buildup. So it's not a problem. It's a good design. It's just you gotta watch this because then when you get up to 400, 450 degrees, that grease could catch fire. If you're doing slow cooks, it's not gonna be a problem. But 450, what happens to grease? We all know, it's science. Fire. Immediately. So you just got to babysit that a little more. We're really nitpicking this. These machines are awesome, trust me. But we got to tell you guys the differences. Okay, outside of that, not a lot of negatives. Great machine, just depends what's going to work for you. Now let's talk about the Weber. Okay, let's talk about the negatives with a gas grill. So you can't control it remotely like the pellet smoker. They have this thing called, like Weber does, iGrill. You can monitor your food remotely, but you can't actually change the temperature of your grill. Again, not a big deal, but it is inferior to the pellet smoker in that regard. Other thing is, on that same note, these guys do a great job of holding temp, and once you get it to where you want it, it should stay dialed in. But on a pellet smoker, if you have everything clean and working right, when you set that temperature, if you set it to 455, it is never gonna budge from 455. It might go down to 453, maybe 457 if you have a good pellet smoker. This obviously can climb on you if you're not watching it. So you have the potential for more swing. So that's rare, but if you get a good gas grill, it should hold steady, but you're not guaranteed to have it locked in like a Traeger, because the Traeger is almost like an oven. You just set the temperature and go. So you have to babysit that a little more. Also, the biggest thing is you're not getting the flavor profile because you're not cooking with hardwoods. So they have accessories, like this is a Napoleon accessory. So you could fill this with wood chips or pellets, put this in your grill, get some smoke out of that if you wanted to infuse some smoke flavor. It works. It doesn't work as well as like just having a standalone smoker would, but it does work. So outside of that, not a lot of negatives with the gas grill, that's for sure. Those are probably the only few things I can think of, because it can run without power and it's the easier maintenance. All right, so there's the facts. I gave you all the facts, the scientific research. But now, what does a taste test reveal? Let's put a couple steaks on, find out. So of course, the best way to test these is bone-in ribeyes. I mean, what else are you gonna use? Of course, we're gonna use our favorite cut, which is of course a ribeye. And so this is the Timberline, the Traeger Timberline. So it's an upgraded model. So it's gonna have stainless steel cooking grates. If any Traeger model can sear, it's gonna be this one. So what we wanna do is look for those really good sear marks and see if it's possible that at 500 degrees we can sear or not. So let's get a close up here. Elijah put his lunch on, so. All right, bring the camera in here close. I'm gonna flip it just to see if we have anything. We got a little bit of a sear mark. That's just from the cooking grates being dirty back there, but we got a little bit of a sear. Okay, so we're gonna show you a gas grill here. So we're well over 600 degrees on our way to 700. So I'm anticipating some good sear marks. Come here. Let's listen. Everyone likes this sound. Oh yeah. I promise you that's gonna sear. So not only pay attention to the sear, but let's pay attention to the different cooking style too. We'll come back and flip this. Obviously when it's hotter, you're gonna be able to cook a steak faster with the gas grill, because it's just science, right? Okay, let's flip it. Obviously we haven't had to have it on very long. Oh yeah. I think we could all say undoubtedly there's a difference with searing. So this is an Evador. It's known for getting hot. The Weber is going to get this hot. If you're cooking on Genesis series, it'll be cast iron griddles just like this. Stainless steel works really well too for searing if you want to upgrade to like a higher end grill. You're not going to have any problem getting a decent gas grill up to 700-800 degrees if you want to. Okay, let's pull this. Let's see here. Oh yeah, she's about ready. So let's put this over here. I'm curious right off the bat. Yeah, I think. Let me see this. I want to see what side's gonna look. Same cut of meat. You can see visually there's a big difference in the way they cooked. See our sear marks here? Again, we don't really have that, but it's like more of a browning. Because again, we're getting more of a convention style cooking. But now it's really the moment of truth. Let's go cut these up, feed them to some of the staff. Don't tell them which one's which, and see which one they like better. They have a hard job. Okay, so I'm kind of anxious to see how I did, because I want them to be cooked around the same temperature. So that way the guys, so a little overcooked. It's like a medium too. Overcooked them both. Oh, so busy on the video, I wasn't paying attention. I like a medium rare myself. Okay, let's slice these out. So this is the gas grill one. I'm gonna start with that one. I'm gonna taste them first. It's good. It's really juicy. Very juicy. That's what's nice when you sear it, is you lock in those juices. So I definitely say that's very juicy. All right, now I want to taste the Traeger one. One I'm looking for it to be as juicy, and I want to see if I picked up any smoke profile. Not much as far as smoke. When you're grilling that hot, it's not going to grab a lot of smoke. So, they're very close. I'd say the gas one is a little juicier though. But now it's time. Let me get the guys see what they think. Hey Tate, come taste these quick. All right, we're not going to tell them which one's which. So taste this one and tell me what you think of it.
It's good, juicy.
Juicy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, this one?
A little drier. I like the first one better.
Which one's which?
Couldn't tell you. I'm assuming by the color of this one's the gas grill.
No, you're wrong. This one though, do you get any smoke?
No.
Yeah, that's the same thing because we're cooking on such a high heat. So this is the Traeger, this is the gas grill. So that's why it's juicier. All right, gotta give some more samples out. All right, let's get Chad. Chad's been working too hard today, so he needs a little break so he can try something. So take a bite of this steak first. How would you characterize that?
A little chewy.
Okay, chewy. Now let's try this one.
They're actually about the same as far as texture, but flavor, I'd say probably the first one was a little bit better.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You know which one's which?
No idea.
So the first one you had was gas grill.
Okay.
Sear. So see the difference in sear?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was the Traeger. Any smoke in the second one?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little touch?
Yeah, a little bit there.
All right, Brian just walked in. Let's get Brian in here. Brian's working too hard too. He needs to try some food.
Thank you.
All right, take that bite right there.
This one right here?
Yep. Tell me how you characterize that.
It's very moist.
Moist, okay.
Doesn't taste very smoky, I don't think.
Okay.
Has a really good flavor.
Try that second piece.
This one?
Yeah, sure.
You gotta finish the first one first. I don't know if it's just a cut, but that one was a little chewier, I think.
A little chewier.
The taste, I don't think it's quite as flavorful, but I like the first one better.
I think the first one better. Which one's which?
By looking at it, I would say,
No. You can't look at it by tasting it.
Well,
Just
why
by
does
the
it taste
taste.
different?
One's on a gas, one's on a pellet.
I'm gonna say the first one was pellet.
Really?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah.
Man.
That's why it's juicier, because we seared it.
Right.
We got to sear.
I gotta work on my cooking game.
Yeah, well, you sell grills, man.
I know.
All right. Well, I think they're all unanimous. I can't say it. They all were in agreement that they liked the first steak better. And the first steak was cooked on a gas grill. That's the one that we got the real good sear marks on. So there you have it. Taste tests don't lie. So proof's in the pudding. Okay, so there you have it. So we cooked the steaks. Everyone agreed that they cooked better on the gas grill. Now that's just steaks. So it may be different depending on the food category, but for a steak, I don't think you can beat a gas grill. You just can't. The Traeger just cannot get hot enough. And most other gas pellet smokers can't. Unless you go into a premium or a luxury category like a Memphis or Coyote, a Twin Eagles, you're gonna be spending big time bucks and then you have the ability to sear. They are awesome, but they're gonna cost you quite a bit. So what do you buy? Well, that's a tough question. I'll tell you my personal experience. I had a gas grill for years and years, And then I decided to upgrade, and I got one of those luxury pellet smokers that we're talking about, a Memphis. I absolutely love it. I cook on it at home. The problem is when I have a busy day or I'm working late and I get home and then I go to fire it up and I'm like, oh, I got to clean the burn pot, or oh, I got to top it off with pellets. And then it takes 15 minutes for me to mess around with it, and now it's 6:30. I do miss my gas grill. Now, the pellet smoker is awesome, but I do wish, especially during the week, that I had a gas grill available to cook on. So I personally like using a gas grill available to me. Like I said though, we are a barbecue shop, so we have to say it. You really need one of each. I think if you're a pit master or if you're a barbecue enthusiast, then you wanna do things like brisket, pork shoulder, pork butt, ribs, beef ribs. If you wanna do long cooks, those are really tough on a gas grill. So if you really wanna get into that type of cooking, I think a pellet smoker is a great way to get started into that smoking sort of pit master category, because you could do charcoal or something like that. But pellets are so easy to use. It's a good way to sort of get your feet wet into it. But if you're not, if you just like to do that every now and then, you can get by on a gas grill. So also, if you're interested between charcoal and pellet, if you want to see like a Kamado Joe versus a pellet, I'll include the links below. Check that video out as well. So here's what I would do. I would invest your money in a good gas grill, because like I said, if you can do the rotisserie kit, it's going to last you longer, 15 years, bulletproof. If you buy a good one, you're never going to have to replace it. I would get yourself a good gas grill. And then down the road, if you wanted to splurge, I would get like an entry-level Traeger model, like the 575. It's under $1,000. You don't have to spend a ton of money, but that can be kind of fun to have one of each. So what I like to do is Monday through Friday when I'm working, I'm always on the gas grill. But on the weekends, if I want to try a brisket or something, it's definitely fun enough to try it, and the flavor profiles are better. So, you know, that's what I would do. Invest your money in a good gas grill. Down the road, get more of a base grade Traeger. I think it's better than investing all your money in like a top of the line Traeger model per se. Hopefully that makes sense. Here I go again, just rambling. Don't forget, if you're in the Denver metro area, come down to our showroom, check out these products in person. You can see them for yourselves. Check out our website at embersliving.com. Stay tuned for more videos. You guys gotta subscribe. Helps us to keep doing these type of videos. Stay tuned.